The acquisition had been straightforward, a simple transaction at the intergalactic trading post. Commander Vex of the Celestial Armada examined her new property with curious violet eyes. The human male stood tall despite his chains, defiant, in a way that both irritated and intrigued her. "I own you, human," she declared, antennae quivering with authority. "You will address me as commander." The human, Tom, according to his documentation, merely stared back. His lack of response made Vex's scaled skin flush turquoise with frustration. "Did your translator malfunction? I said I own you." "I heard you," Tom replied calmly. "But owning a body doesn't mean owning a mind." Vex clicked her mandibles in annoyance. Humans were notoriously difficult, but their endurance and adaptability made them valuable assets for the engineering decks. This one would learn obedience soon enough. The journey back to her warship was silent. Vex had expected begging or resistance, not this unsettling composure. As they boarded, her Lieutenant Kor approached. "Commander, the new engineering section requires immediate attention. The gravity generators are—" "Have the human examine them," Vex interrupted, shoving Tom forward. "Let's see if it's as useful as the traders claimed." Tom was escorted below deck while Vex retreated to her quarters. Through surveillance monitors, she observed as guards removed his restraints and motioned toward the malfunctioning equipment. What happened next astonished her. Without tools, without diagrams, the human walked straight to the central processor and began reconfiguring connections with practiced ease. Within moments, indicators flashed from red to green. The gravity stabilized. Kor's voice came through the comms. "Commander, the human fixed it, just fixed it. Our engineers spent 3 cycles attempting repairs." Vex leaned closer to the monitor. "Interesting." Over the following days, she assigned Tom increasingly complex tasks, each time expecting failure. Instead, he mastered celestial technology with inexplicable speed, often improving systems beyond their original specifications. During meal periods, she observed him interacting with her crew. Despite being a slave, other species sought his company, drawn to his stories and strange humor. Even the typically aloof Meridians seemed captivated by his descriptions of Earth. One evening, when the ship entered the methane storms of the Cygnus sector, Vex summoned Tom to her quarters. "Explain how you understand our technology so quickly," she demanded. Tom shrugged. "Humans are adaptable. We evolved on a planet of constant change. We either figure things out or die. Your species is primitive. You've barely reached neighboring planets. Yet here I am," he countered, "fixing your advanced technology." Vex's antennae twitched. "You enjoy being defiant. I enjoy being honest. There's a difference." She circled him slowly. "The others listen to you. Even the Meridians. Everyone wants to be heard, Commander. Even aliens." The ship suddenly lurched sideways, throwing them both against the wall. Alert sirens blared as Kor's panicked voice filled the room. "Commander, pirate vessels, 3 warships decloaking on our flank." The attack was swift and devastating. Outnumbered and outgunned, Vex ordered evacuation to the emergency shuttles. As she raced through smoke-filled corridors, an explosion rocked the ship. Debris crashed down, pinning her to the floor as flames approached. Then Tom was there, lifting the metal beam with straining muscles. "Leave me," she commanded. "Save yourself, human." "Not how I operate," he grunted, finally freeing her damaged leg. He lifted her effortlessly, carrying her toward the escape pods. "Why?" she demanded as they ran. "I enslaved you." Tom didn't answer until they reached the last functioning pod. After placing her inside, he said simply, "Because humans understand something your people don't." "What's that?" "Freedom isn't taken or given. It exists inside us." The pod launched, carrying them away from the disintegrating warship. As stars streaked past the viewport, Vex studied the human who'd saved her despite having every reason not to. 3 days later, their pod was recovered by a celestial rescue vessel. By Armada law, Vex's failure to protect her ship meant demotion and disgrace. As medical drones repaired her injuries, She learned that surviving crew members had reported Tom's heroism during the evacuation, how he'd guided many to safety before, returning for her. When she was finally permitted visitors, she found Tom waiting outside her recovery chamber, no longer in chains. "They've granted you freedom," she stated. "Actually, they offered me a position, engineering consultant. Apparently, saving a commander earns some goodwill." Vex's mandibles clicked softly. "You'll accept?" "On one condition." His eyes held hers steadily. "That they stop the human trade entirely." "The Armada would never." "They already have," Tom interrupted. "Turns out several council members had children on your ship. Children I helped save." Vex felt something unfamiliar. Respect, perhaps. Or something deeper. "I never understood." "Your kind," she admitted. "How can being so physically limited be so formidable?" Tom smiled. "The same reason I saved you despite being your prisoner. Humanity's strength isn't in our bodies or technology. It's in understanding that true power comes from compassion, not control." Vex extended her three-fingered hand, a gesture she'd seen humans perform. "I no longer own you, Tom of Earth. Perhaps you might teach me instead." He took her hand, the contact sending an unexpected warmth through her exoskeleton. "First lesson," he said. "Friends don't own each other. They stand beside each other." As the medical bay doors closed behind them, Vex realized that in attempting to own a human, she'd instead discovered something far more valuable. A new way of seeing the universe, through eyes that looked for connection, rather than conquest. And for the first time in her centuries-long life, Commander Vex wondered if perhaps she had been the captive all along,